we've seen a number of high-profile cases coming before the courts. That has attracted a lot of public scrutiny and indeed public concern. As the Justice Minister, I share that concern. It makes me sick in the stomach, quite frankly, when I read the judgments, the sentencing rulings by the judges, the horrendous things that are being done to children. I'm a father. I hope to be a grandfather as well. And therefore, it's not just about protecting my children and protecting my future grandchildren. It's making sure that we protect all our children, all our grandchildren.
You've also mentioned looking into chemical castration. Can you confirm what stage those discussions are currently at, and what evidence have you seen from other jurisdictions around whether chemical castration does reduce reoffending?
We've got to just make clear what that means in practice. Because if we forget the word castration, what it means is a chemical administration in order to reduce sexual desire from those that have committed horrendous crimes. And the reason why we've consulted the UK government is twofold. First of all, we've got to ensure that whatever legislation we introduce, if indeed we take the policy decision to do so, is consistent with our international obligations and indeed doesn't breach human rights obligations. And that is essential because, of course, any legislation which is passed in the Gibraltar Parliament needs the royal assent. Secondly, the Justice Secretary, she went public in the UK Parliament saying that she was also considering chemical castration. So I'm trying to engage with the relevant authorities in the UK to see where they are at in relation to this.
Some people will welcome tougher measures, while others may raise ethical concerns and human rights concerns. How do you balance those competing arguments?
Human rights generally are not unqualified rights. Human rights are also subject to exception. One of the most significant exceptions is the protection of the public. I would like to talk about the human rights of children, the human rights of victims. That is the debate that I think we ought to be having.
Do you think that Gibraltar has a problem with sex offenders?
If you take that figure in isolation, Katie, I think there are 34 inmates in prison, of which I think roughly probably 9 are sexual offenders. It's higher than in other countries. I think that is definitely the case. But you also see some very high-profile cases in other parts of the world. And let me say this, I commend the RGP, the police, for the sterling work that they're doing in relation to these cases. These cases are now coming to light. Some of them were offences that happened many, many years ago, so I commend the RGP. I encourage more people to come forward. If you have been a victim of crime, I encourage you to do so. You will get every support possible, because like I've said publicly on a number of occasions, Katie, compassion is not for the offender of a crime. Compassion is for the victim. My message to those that indulge in this disgusting behavior is that if you offend, you will pay for the crime. We are passing legislation to ensure that you spend more time in prison. Don't even think about eligibility for parole if you are a risk to the public in Gibraltar.